people, welcome to my first Lavish Laces design team video. Please forgive my my fingernail. I helped Honey do some hair dye the other night and didn't put gloves on. Silly me. Okay, I did a collection of cards and I love Gisella's laces for cards, and she has so many other items that I was able to use on my cards as well. So I'm going to start with this one, and on this card I used this really cute trim back here, and this is kind of like a vintage shabby trim, and so I double layered and I used her pink trim on the outside of that all the way around my card. And I love bordering my cards with laces and trims. It just gives them that really pretty shabby extra, and you'll see on some of the other cards that I created as well. I used these beautiful wild orchid craft flowers. I think all of the flowers except for this one I did get from her, and I layered some little tiny appliques underneath. I came down with this cute little pocket watch because I did use the watch paper. I added some flat back hearts, a doily back behind here, and look at this very pretty eyelet lace, and it comes with this pink ribbon woven through it. Just beautiful. I just layered the pearls on top. And then I had this heart in my stash that I got from Leonie. And I'm running so low, Leonie. We're going to have to do another swap. I can't remember what collection this paper is from, so I'm sorry I can't tell you guys that. And then, of course, my cute little Tilda. And she pops up on these on these pearls here. And then the sentiment area. So that's card number 1. And I have to tell you guys, I had listed these cards on eBay thinking that, okay, by the time I get my video done and everything, they'll be already listed on eBay, and they sold almost immediately, so I apologize. My next card, I used my scraps from the album that I had that I created with the Bo Bunny Soiree. Oh, I'm never going to say that right. So I had a whole bunch of scraps. I had a few pieces that were 6x6, so I was able to use those, and then the rest are scraps. And I just layered and used doilies, and this was a chipboard piece from the collection. But what I used from Gisella's store, I used these two beautiful rosettes, and I layered my wild orchid craft flowers, which you can get there at Gisella's store. She has a large variety of wild orchid craft flowers so that you don't have to order internationally. And what I did with these floral rosettes is I cut these centers out because I knew I wanted to layer my wild orchid craft paper flowers on them. So then I had these centers, and I just used them as a separate embellishment for the card. And then I did some layered Martha Stewart punch butterflies and put some pearls in there. I used these flat back pearls that you can get at Gisella's store. Love this tiny flat back. And I have the hardest time finding those tiny flat backs. So really, really delighted. This lace back here, as well as bordering all the way around the card, is lace that I picked, that I received in my design team package. And then this gorgeous bling center on my bow, as well as my my bow. That's lace that I got in my design team package. So that pops up on more of the little tiny flat back. I did distress on this card, and that's card number 2. Oh, of course, my cute little Tilda in her little bikini. All right, let's scoot down. Card number 3, I also created using that same Bo Bunny papers, the scraps of paper that I had. And I used, you can see kind of this pink, not pink, peach colored like a fabric. I used it up there as well as at the top. I unfortunately covered a lot of it up. I used some more eyelet lace there and here. You can get that at Gisella's store. And what I did with my scraps, because some of these fabrics with the lace on it that she has have a lot of extra fabric. So I took my fabric and I just cut it up into strips, and you can see it better here. And I just looped it and hot glued it and kind of used it behind my flower cluster just to give it some, I don't know what you call it, just to add to it. I added some pearl sprays. These are wild orchid craft flowers you can get at Gisella's store, as well as the leaves. I used these leaves that she sent me also. And I just used a lot of flatback pearls I picked up at Michael's. This sentiment is from the chipboard collection for this soiree collection. I added flatback pearls on my corners. This, I think, is a La La Land Crafts die. And I kind of thought it looked a little bit like shells. And so she's carrying seashells there. So I used that. And some more Martha Stewart punched butterflies. And it pops up. And you can see that, that fabric. I don't know if you call this lace, but you can pick this up at Gisella's store. And it went so perfectly with this paper line. So that's card number 3. Card number 4. Now, I'm not going to say this. Well, I am going to say it because you guys are going to know this is my favorite one of the bunch. This is it. I love it so, so much. This is a gorgeous, I don't know if this is called Eyelet too, but I loved it. So I used that. I used this pink trim, and I told you guys when I got this that this trim is easy to make it go in a circle or an oval in this case. And so I used it to border my image. I used that same lace up at the top. And I cut it at an angle. I rolled my paper back. I added my flower clusters, more flowers that I got at Gisella's store, as well as these pretty pink and mint colored leaves. And then I also got this lace from Lavish Laces. I keep calling it Gisella's store. I need to call it Lavish Laces. And of course my darling little Tilda there. And this is just some satin lace I had in my stash. And then it pops up. I did this same thing as I did here. I did down here, and I used a beautiful bling from Lavish Laces. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I didn't have any square bling, so I was really happy to get that. And some more layering in the sentiment area, and that's card number 4. All right. Let's pull back and show you all 4 cards. And you guys know the drill. And if you're new to my channel, I love to put all the cards together and have you tell me which one is your favorite. And if you're inclined to tell me why, that's even more fun. So card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. I hope you enjoyed them. I really hope you'll go over to Lavish Laces. She has very reasonable prices, and I'm telling you, it's great to be able to buy your wild orchid craft flowers without having to go international to get them. So check that out. She has lots more goodies I haven't used yet, but I'll be back every week with the design team project for Lavish Laces. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.